Take a chance and roll the dice. It's WrestleMania 9 with the recreated series redone. Alright, before we begin, a few facts. The event took place on April 4th, 1993 at Caesars Palace in Paradise, Nevada. Attendance was 16,891. Basically, it took place in a parking lot. Hogan's final main event and 20 wrestlers, the smallest yet, participated at this event. Now, a few rules, of course, is I will only be reviewing matches that made TV. I won't be including managers or valets or non-wrestlers. The figures must be mass release, no custom figures. Let's find out. Last time we had 100% completion, but not 100% accuracy. Could it be time for 100% accuracy pay-per-view? Let's begin. And right out of the gate, we have the first match of WrestleMania 9. It's a Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels versus Tatanka. And yeah, I mean, that's the exact attires. That accuracy is right there with it. It was for the Intercontinental Championship, which neither man comes with, but you can easily acquire that through other means. Mr. Perfect comes with it, Razor comes with it, a few other people. Then on to the second match, the Head Shrinkers, Samu and Fatu versus Steiner Brothers, Rick and Scott Steiner. Now, unfortunately, even though we can recreate this in Hasbro, it is not accurate. You can see from Rick's singlet there, it's a tropical kind of tree kind of design, whereas his Hasbro has more of a weird shape. Now, it could just be a deco thing, but at the same time, I know Steiner had a lot different attire. It wasn't like a reddish blue, it was more like a yellow kind of thing. So, no, it's not accurate, but you can recreate it, thanks to Hasbro. Then Crush versus Doink the Clown, and again, not accurate because if you look at the colors of Crush, they're almost like opposite. And of course, you know, there's lots of purple in there. There's purple in the singlet as well, but it's not a purple singlet on the top portion. Doink, of course, this is the Jakks Pacific Doink. The Mattel version has a little more detail to it. Obviously, it's missing some deco around it, but it's you can recreate it, but it's not accurate. Then on to Razor Ramon and Bob Backlund. And you're going to say, well, wait a minute, Bob Backlund has basically shaved head. I'm not counting the heads. I'm counting the attires. Now, yes, there is a Mattel Elite out there that's in blue from his match with Bret Hart in '94. But he's wearing red here. Jakks has a red Bob Backlund. The head's not there. No one's made a young Bob Backlund head sculpt yet. It's always the shaved head, crazed, late in life gimmick. And then Razor here, you have from WrestleMania, it looks like another Heritage Series, just says WrestleMania. But from what I can tell, that's his WrestleMania 9 attire. So it is accurate. Then we've got the Tag Team Championship match of Money Inc., Million Dollar Man Ted DiBiase, and IRS versus the Mega Maniacs, Bruce the Bar Beefcake and Hulk Hogan. Jakks Pacific knocked it out of the park with this one, a 3-pack that has Jimmy Hart there. Of course, you're seeing a huge difference in the picture. That is definitely deco. That is definitely a deco shortage. Maybe they couldn't afford to add all the detail. So if you wanted to pick a more accurate Brutus Bar Beefcake, you're going to want to go with the Mattel Elite Brutus Bar Beefcake that has way more resemblance in the photo than the Jakks figure. Of course, IRS and Million Dollar Man can also be found in Mattel Elite as well. Hogan, guy never changes. In fact, though, you could pick up his WrestleMania 9 look via Amazon with the Ultimate Edition that just came out. Although they are hard to acquire right now, every time they come in stock, they seem to go out right away. but they'd even have the black eye included in there. So cool little thing, like 3 different head sculpts. So then we've got the narcissist Lex Luger versus Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig, and you can pretty much recreate it. As you can see, it looks like Perfect from his earlier WrestleMania. He just wore the yellow singlet with the black design on the back, and of course Lex Luger, beautifully done elite figure of that short-lived gimmick. He'd also go on to become more, made in the USA Lex Luger. So this is a one-time deal as a narcissist in WrestleMania. The streak continues. Now, you can obviously get a Jack-specific Undertaker that has gray. I've seen it before. I think it's in a 3-pack, possibly a 2-pack. Usually it's molded with a coat, though. I use the Hasbro one just because it shows that there's different varieties, not just the Mattel Elite is the only one you need to go to if you are just a strictly Hasbro collector. Which I do believe they have a Giant Gonzalez as well in Hasbro. But the other version of him, if you want him actually to be towering over all your wrestlers, you're going to want the Jack specific. Which the variant, which has like real fur from his Royal Rumble debut in like '93, very expensive. It's a limited edition, very hard to find. Even this one, very hard to find, and also becoming very expensive. And on to the main event. Man, WrestleMania just went by real fast, didn't it? Yokozuna versus Bret Hart. Now, this set is based on their WrestleMania 9 main event match, although it is not 100% accurate. You can see right there, there's not 4 white stars, there's only 4 black stars. They're in a square pattern, whereas in this picture they're on a straight line. So, yeah, but it's almost all pink. It's pretty much all there. So I'm going to count it as accurate. It's not that much off. I mean, maybe they couldn't afford to do the bottom change on the attire for some reason. Maybe someone mistaken it for the WrestleMania 8 look, but it's literally based on that. Of course, you can get countless Bretts and Yokos in Hasbro and Mattel. The closest you're going to get, though, is it seems like with this attire, because I don't think they've made a WrestleMania 9 attire Bret Hart, maybe in basic, but I'm trying to think back. I don't remember seeing that. So that's as close you're going to get, but it's very accurate. All right, let's break down the numbers. So, what's this?
Issue your challenge. If any vessel fortitude you'll accept my Yokozuna's challenge. Come on! Come on, you yellow belly, come on!
So Fuji says his Yokozuna's issuing a challenge to Hulk Hogan. But Hogan is more concerned with helping his friend Bret Hart.
We need 1 more second. We will put on heavyweight belt.
Wait,
right now.
He says
Bret's different. Hogan
Fuji
accepts the
says
challenge.
they'll put the title on the line right now.
Come on.
Okay, well, let's see. And now the impromptu WrestleMania main event continued. Hulk Hogan versus Yokozuna, and yes, it is accurate. The Yoko is there. The Hall of Fame Hulk Hogan is from that one specific match on WrestleMania 9. Of course, this would be the infamous Hogan squashes Yoko, with one mistake and then one boot, one leg drop. But if you want to recreate that farce of a finish of a main event, then there it is. So let's break down the numbers now. Good. Okay. So this show can be recreated. Every wrestler has a figure form. 100%. Now, Hasbro and Jakks are tied with 19 figures apiece. They're missing 1 apiece. And if I was to go look back through it, there is specifically, I know 1 that's missing from each one. And then, of course, Mattel has 16 figures. Of course, Macho Man wasn't on this show. So, he was in commentary, but he wasn't on the wrestling show. So I didn't count that. It is, however, accurate of 77%. So we still haven't found 100% accuracy, but we found another one we can recreate. As always, thank you for watching, and please leave a comment. Check back for WrestleMania 10 coming soon. Remember to subscribe, ring the bell. Check out for other stuff coming up in the future. Next up will be WrestleMania 10, which means another custom figure appreciation. And also during that video, I will be explaining how about once a week we're going to be starting to show these up. I'm not going to do 10 in one day. These were just to get caught back up. This is a redone series. And as I stated in my last video, starting with WrestleMania 10, it won't say redone on the title because it's never been done. So look forward to that. Come back and check out WrestleMania 10.